is Samira, and I from SamiraWilliams.com, and I am going live to talk about. Hi, Instagram, it's Samira. I am going live to talk about why your work is needed in the world. If my eyes look like they're shifting, they are. I'm trying to go on IG and Facebook at the same time, two different devices. Pray for me. So, hi Diana. Hi, my love. Your work is so needed, and sometimes we can experience such resistance in doing the work and sharing the work and being more visible to allow the work to come out into the world and be shared. The resistance is real. I would go as far as to say spiritual attack is even real. It's a different video for a different day. But what I'm saying is that when we feel resistance, it's not always in our head. Sometimes it is, but oftentimes it's real. It's an actual thing. And it's important to bring in nervous system regulation so that we can move beyond the resistance. And here's why: it's no secret that the world is imploding. It's imploding before our eyes. Many of us experience it on a daily basis, the implosion that's happening. And here's the truth: for anything to be rebirthed, the old has to die away. And that's a painful process. The shedding process, the evolutionary process can be painful in our own lives personally, on a collective level. It's happening. And the truth is, so many of us hold the keys to the evolution that's happening. Your work is needed, your voice is needed, and it's okay. It is okay that you feel scared. It's okay that you feel like it's wrong, like it's not good enough, like it's not perfect enough, like your website needs help, like the opt in's not working, like you're not a good writer and the post doesn't even make sense. Whatever the story that you have in your head that's going on in your head is okay. It's okay to feel how you feel. It's okay to take steps to move forward, getting some support, asking a friend to read it, closing your eyes and pressing publish or pressing live video anyway, despite how your hair looks, right? Despite whatever it is that is saying it needs to be perfect to start. Whatever voice is saying you need to have it 100% right before you can make a move, it's a lie. It's not true. And here's why: perfection is a myth. If I had really realized that 20 years ago, I'd be a millionaire by now. It's okay. It's coming. Hi, Jamie. When we realize that there's no such place as perfection, that there's no such thing as actually getting to a place of like perfect. There are perfect moments where you feel like the stars align and everything has worked out, right? That might be an incredible moment. But in our work, when we're sharing our soul's work, the thing that we feel called to share in this moment, maybe it's a passion project, maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's a blog, maybe like me, you post your heart on social and it isn't even like on a website or whatever the thing is, whatever you feel called to do. It could be a book club, right? It could be inviting some people over to read a book and have a meal. That could save someone's life. All of our soul purpose work is going to look different at different times in our life. It's 1,000% okay. But here's what I know to be true: your work is needed, your voice is needed, and it can save, it will save people's lives, right? The work that you're here to do is important. You're important, And it's important to simply share it and let God, the divine source, whatever you call it, do the rest. You don't have to know the how it's going to work. You simply need to be willing to do the thing that's on your heart to do. If this doesn't resonate for you, it's perfect. I still love you so much. For those of you that it does resonate, here's the thing: the voices in your head saying it needs to be perfect, that is literally the resistance. Jamie says, I told myself the same and just started. It's not perfect and I'm doing it. No more procrastination. Yes, my love. That is so my message too. Procrastination, I really feel, might even be from the devil. And it's a trauma response, right? It's some part of us who doesn't want us to get hurt. It doesn't want us to feel scared. It doesn't want us to feel embarrassed. It doesn't want us to feel rejected, right? Or abandoned. It's just a scared part of us that's trying its best to protect us. We as adults can decide to be the leaders and lead ourselves forward in powerful ways, in necessary ways that move beyond the trauma response. Yes, Jamie, not feeling good enough. Yes. And here's the thing: maybe we don't feel good enough. It's okay. Share what you have to share anyway. For so long, I was waiting to feel good enough before I did the thing. And what I didn't realize is that we can't always trust our feelings. Feelings and intuition and discernment are different. I always say to myself, to my clients, someone can cut you off, right? On the road, on the street. You can feel like running over them. That's not the legal thing to do, right? Like, we're not actually going to do that if we're smart, right? We're not going to do that. We're going to allow the feeling to pass. We're going to breathe through it. We might cuss in our car. We might turn up some music and like work it out, but we're not actually going to act on that impulse. That's dangerous. The same thing when it comes to not feeling good enough and then that allowing us to not move forward. It's a feeling that we can thank the feeling for trying to protect us. We can thank the feeling for trying to do the best that it can to ensure our survival. And we can decide to move forward. Because here's the thing: years ago, and my kid was really young, and I was in like a really hard season. I was depressed, I was miserable, I was drowning in motherhood. So many things were just like a wreck. And what I said to myself was, I might feel depressed, and that's fine. It can come along with me, but this is what's going to happen. I'm going to move forward being the best mom that I can be, depressed or not. I just decided that one day. And the reality was, I still felt depressed. What was really happening, and I didn't realize it, is that I had PTSD and didn't realize it at the time, right? And the reality was, whatever was happening in my head, I knew wasn't going to have the final say. And sometimes we have to decide that whatever's happening in our head, in our mind, what we've actually been told by somebody. Some of you might have been told that your work is not good, that you can't write, that you're not a good speaker, that the art is crappy, right? You may have been told these things. That was someone's opinion. That was not your truth. That was someone's opinion. It wasn't your truth. Your truth is that whatever message is on your heart to share, the world needs it, or it wouldn't be on your heart, right? And if you're in my world, if you're in my um, realm, right, you have good work that's going to help the world. You're not spreading hatred, you're not spreading oppression, you're not spreading things that are just a detriment to the world. And so you don't have to worry about um, doing it wrong. There are people who may not agree with what you're doing. That's their right to feel that way. It has nothing to do with you. Your work is needed. And this is the other mind hack that I feel can be so supportive. It was for me. I'll share it with you. We can be so focused on the one person that might not like our thing. We can be so focused on um, it maybe ruffling someone's feathers, right? More so than the one person that maybe it's going to help, right? We can be so focused on who it might piss off or who might think that we're too big for our pants to be doing this kind of thing, right? Voices in our head, we can think that more so than focusing on the person that will be blessed by what you have to share, right? Even if that person is you, maybe you sharing what's on your heart to share is the thing that helps you heal your worthiness wound. And maybe you healing your worthiness wound out loud inspires someone else to look at their worthiness wound and do their inner work to say, what I have to say is worth something. What work I have to share with the world, I feel called to share it. So I'm going to share it. And I'm going to intend that the right people who are meant to see it will see it and be blessed by it. What if it could be as simple as that? I believe it can be that simple when we get out of our own way and when we allow our enoughness to be enough, right? I know that you have amazing work to share. I know that you have things that are going to bless people, that are going to move people forward on their journeys. And my prayer for you is that you do not allow your own self consciousness, the doubt, the voices that are saying, don't do it. Who are you to do it? It's not perfect. It could be better. Don't allow those voices to overtake the part of you that knows the path forward. One step at a time, one next right step at a time, knowing that sometimes the next right step is literally the next step that's in front of you. Opening the laptop, getting the notepad, posting the thing. It literally might be the very next actual step again and again and again that will lead you forward. Your work is so important now more than ever. I feel like I always say that, but literally now more than ever. You haven't noticed, and I know if you're here, you have noticed the world is on fire, literally. And it's going to take all of us, as many awakened beings as possible, to bring the fire extinguishers that's our own work, our own words, our own love, our own light to help shift the focus to the light versus on this rhetoric of darkness. We can do it together. It's not easy, but it is more important. It's more important now than ever. Now more than ever, yes, Jamie. The awakened beings, it's time for us to be as loud as the darkness. The darkness is not more powerful than the light. It's just louder. Hi, Cynthia. It's just louder. We have to counterbalance the negative. Yes, Jamie, we do. And we're being called to do it. And we can. So many of us have been preparing for this for forever. It's so important that we simply trust that whatever we need to do this work, we already have it. And what we don't have will be provided as we take the steps forward. As we take the steps forward, as Jamie says, in our own aroma of our own essence, doing it your way, whatever that looks like for you. It may not even make sense to you. It might not right now. Do it anyway, and you will be led as you go. I promise. I don't make that many promises, right? Promises gets tricky, but I promise you, if you take the next right step, Spirit will lead you forward with the next step and the next step and the next step. And before you know it, you will be where you've always wanted to be. And you'll realize that wasn't as challenging or as difficult as I thought when I got out of my head and just began to do the thing. do the thing, share the thing, speak the thing, sell the thing, whatever it is, just do the thing and you will be led as you go. Jamie says, we'll be led as we go, and that's a fact. It is a fact. One aligned action step at a time is all that's needed. And really, let's put to death this like tug of war with perfection. Nothing's perfect. Doesn't need to be perfect to be good. And there will be extraordinary moments on your journey. But I think when we let go of this trauma response that is the need for perfection, we're able to step fully into this moment and this reality of I do enough, I have enough, I am enough, what I contribute is enough, and one step at a time, I can embrace my own growth and evolution over a lifetime. I can share my sacred soul work and I can be led to the next right thing and the next right thing. And it's not any more complicated than that. We can feel all the things. Moving forward and the next right step is not always, doesn't always feel good to take a next right step anyway. But we are not to be led simply by how we feel. We can feel like punching somebody. That's not always the right next step, right? So we have to take discernment and dominion over our feelings, over our thoughts, and over our actions so that we can have the result that so that we can have the result that is needed in this space and time, right? We have to do the thing that's required in the season, and it can't be based on how you feel. Feelings are too fickle for us to be led by them. Take dominion over your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, and I guarantee the result will be a reflection of you taking your own power back and sharing your soul's work. What you're most wanting is in the sharing of the thing that's on your heart. I pray this message was helpful and powerful. I felt called to share it and not procrastinate and wait till later. And so, whenever you're seeing this, whenever you're listening to this, is perfect. Wherever you are is perfect. And it's always about the next right step and the next and the next and the next. Jamie, I'm so glad. The next and the next and the next. Be blessed on your journey. Share with me what you're going to share. Um, and when you do that, I will be sure to follow what you're doing in the world and celebrate you on your way. Started something new. That's amazing. Yes, when we start something new, sometimes we can doubt ourselves. Those little voices can start to like bring in that doubt, but it is not. Yes, Jamie, please do. It is not a sign to quit. It's often a sign to embrace the discomfort and keep going. The world needs your sacred soul work now more than ever. I love you so much. I will see you soon.